We're all having a good time? Yeah. Well, we've had a good tour so far, and tomorrow we got a little surprise for you too. Ron and Lisa and Katie and I and Michael and Paul did a little scouting trip, and we got a little photo op that looks like it'd be real nice tomorrow. There's a suspension bridge, Nacimiento Ferguson Road. We get some nice pictures of all the vintage vehicles on it. And then you do a little drive around loop and you go through the water. That's where the tanks and heavy equipment goes that they don't want on the suspension bridge. You gotta drive through about, how much water on?
Couple inches.
4 or 5 inches of water. But this is for 100 yards across. It's cemented, there's no getting stuck, nothing like that. Real pretty. And we did it on my truck and Ron's. And we got some pictures here that we took tonight. But tomorrow I think the sun will be better. Really nice, and that'd be a nice little thing. Very unique to drive through that much water. We can get either all at once or one at a time through there. It'd be fun. So it'd be a nice photo op. We should get up a little earlier to do that because we still got a lot of miles to put on tomorrow. And if we can get up just a bit earlier. And remember tonight the time change. Put your clocks, what is it? Forward? Forward. Yeah, spring ahead. So, has anybody got an alarm clock, or do we have a way of waking everybody up, or door-to-door kind of thing?
One night at Happy Days, you know where Happy Days is on Union and Hertner? Lauren was there with this 31 Chevy, and Sal and I were there, and went over and said, look at that 31 Chevy. So we went over there and started talking to Lauren. And we got to talking, and we said, you know, we should have a Chevy club here. And Lauren goes, well, you know, I know this guy that we can get it started and this and that, but we need enough guys. And we said, well, we'll probably get enough guys. So anyway, Lauren, he kind of like did all the footwork. And we got together, there was like 13 of us. And we met at Lauren's house and we got the thing started. We only needed 12, but we had like 13. Since then, there's been about 6 people that have moved out of the area. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that we started 7 years ago, and now we've got all these people here that we never knew you people 7 years ago. But it's just great to have, you know, all these people here that are all interested in Chevrolets, and that's the main thing that got us together. And whether you have a car that's finished or not finished, or you don't even have a Chevrolet, it's good to have you here just to talk about Chevrolets. Anyway, I just wanted to say that it's great to have you guys here and to see that. And like, this was a good event tonight. We had like 27 people here. How many are we here? 20.
Carbine.
Tell us the caliber. They're blanks, I believe.
They come out of the carbine.
We're on the Army base, and this is proof of it here.
Blanks.
Wow. This is right out of the bridge where we're going to go tomorrow. We're laying all over the ground. Yeah? What? There's one big one.
Standard.
But that's a blank.
Yeah,
Tony and Lorraine for their wonderful planning that they did for this trip, and Dan and Katie for running the prelim on making this trip possible, because, you know, I never dreamed that it would be as nice as it was. It is really a super beautiful trip. All of our cars so far are running great. And Dick, I'm sorry, you know that trouble trailer is not in use yet.
What do you get in a small town? But that's okay. If I see anybody break down on the way home, I'll just wave as I go by.
But you know, I think this is kind of a preliminary trip that is just kind of letting us know that there's a lot of more country and a lot of more open roads for us to explore.
Are you guys saving this as leftovers?
No, what was
some
saved,
of it, we're trying.
this was more,
Like this came for breakfast.
Ah, okay.
we have pieces of
Oh yeah, wow, we got a lot for breakfast tomorrow.
Potatoes.
Yeah.
well,
That'll work. Oh, you're bad. You're really bad. You're gonna fall. Oh no!
You didn't turn it back on, did you?
Okay, let's not
I forgot how to dance. I took a class. I took a class in this and I forgot.
What did you say?
Did you take a class?
He's old.
No, he's the one that wrote the dance.
That's what they dance with.
How many years ago I did this? But you see, I've been doing this for years.
You invented song. Oh.
He was a censor way back.
Look at this, look at this. What that do? This too much like work.
I know everyone's working and we're in here like playing.
I can't do that when the shoulders just
Oh,
no.
yeah, that's right. You got circles.
I forget too.
Actually, we're gonna,
Okay.
Now that's entertainment.
That's what Vito came over. Lauren, she only had one glance.
You too.
He'll take a case of that stuff.
It's gonna get a little thick. Anyway, this was my great uncle and his brother.
Oh my God.
Great uncle and brother. They came over from the old country. Angelo and Giuseppe. And they landed in New York. And they were gonna get a job and get going, and then they were gonna send for the family because they were married and had kids over there. So they said, we're gonna go over there and get married.
weird, we heard a funny sound in the kitchen.
So they had limited funds. They didn't have a lot of money, so they go to New York and they're walking down New York, and Mamma Mia, you know, those big buildings and everything, and they're walking. They're getting tired. So Angelo tells Giuseppe, he says, Giuseppe, he says, we can't walk, it's too big. He said, maybe we gotta get a car. Okay, so they go to this used car lot. And they go up to the guy and say, how much do you want for this car? And the guy says they want like $400. Oh no, he says, we don't have that much of money. So how about that car? That car's at $300. No, we don't have that much of money. Well, how much can you afford? And he said, oh, about $75. So we have to get a rent for the house, we gotta, you know. He said, I'll tell you what, for $75, he said there was this Arabian that came over here and he traded in a camel for a car. He said, this camel's trained to drive in traffic. He said, when it comes to a red light, it stops, when the green light, it goes. It's guaranteed. He said, you guys will be happy with it. Okay, so we'll take it. So they get this camel, they jump on the camel, and they take off. So So about an hour later, this guy's out there and he's walking off the car, and he looks down here because these two Italians are walking down, Angelo and Giuseppe, they're walking down the street coming towards him. And he said, "What's the matter, fellows?" He said, "Hey," he says, "That a Cambo." He said, "Did he come back here?" He said, "No, what happened?" "Oh," he says, "Didn't he do what I told you he was going to do?" "Oh," he said, "That Cambo was a good." He said, "Coming through a red light, stop it when the green light would change. Take, you know, and go." "Well, what happened?" He said, "Well," he says, "we coming through this red light, the Cambo stopped, this car come alongside of us, and these two guys, one guy said to the other guy, he said, 'Get a load of those two assholes on the Cambo.'" He says, "We got off it to look, the light changed green and the Camel took off."
It's about a pilot on the Italian Airlines. And they're up in the sky and the pilot says, "Well, I got bad news and good news. The bad news is we lost. We don't know where we're going. The good news is we are making good time."